everyone, it's Dee from Gastrofork here. Today, I wanted to share my thoughts on the Ford Explorer. It's the new 2017 version. I will be showing you a couple cool features that it has. Obviously, I was given this to test out for a week, so that's what I'm doing. I took it up to Whistler. I am taking it to Chilliwack tomorrow. Heading up to Whistler was really good. It has lane control or lane assist, which is perfect because when you're going through those windy roads, it kind of helps you stay in your lane, and you can increase the sensitivity of it, so you can make it so that it forces you back into your lane, or you feel a little bit of a resistance on the actual wheel here. So that's really cool. The thing that I didn't notice that Brian told me about, there's a massage like in the chair. It's pretty awesome. I don't know how I feel about that as a driver. I think that would be way too distracting for me, so I don't personally enjoy it. I think as a passenger, I think it's pretty awesome. There's also lumbar support, and you can change like where along your back you get the support, how much of it, you know, it's really cool technology stuff. Like maybe it's because I don't normally drive a really fancy car that I didn't know that this stuff existed, but I really enjoy it. And yeah, let me kind of get into it a little bit more, and then let me show you guys. I wanted to kind of share my thoughts on it. I'm not a big car person, obviously. You got to take this review, or I guess not really much of a review, but more of just my thoughts with a grain of salt, because again, I don't know too much about cars, but this is kind of the impression that I got as I was driving the car in comparison to other cars I've either been in or driven myself. So first off, I did do kind of a big trip with it. I went up to Whistler. They had switched out the winter tires with the summer tires, but it was fine. I guess maybe because it was brand new. It was perfectly fine driving up the Sea to Sky. My driving experience was like, it was super smooth. It is huge. I think it's 7-seaters. Yeah, it's 7 seaters. And I haven't driven anything that huge before, so it was really crazy to kind of maneuver at first, but I kind of got used to it, so it's good. Another thing that I liked about the Ford Explorer was the lane assist. It was really helpful on the way up the Sea to Sky, because if you've ever been up the Sea to Sky, you know it's a little bit on the curvy side. Driving in a big car, I was just not used to it being so huge, so it was very helpful because you can also set the control either to like a minimum or maximum, and I think I was somewhere in between, so if I was kind of straying off out of the lane, it'll kind of correct you a little bit, right? And then you can feel the wheel giving, you know, feedback where it's a little bit more resistant, whereas apparently if you set it to maximum, it'll actually correct for you and keep you in your lane, which is very safe, and I think that's a really good thing that I think all cars should have, because it just makes for a safer experience overall for everyone. I also really love the way that you could customize the interior and all the colors. There's like a handful of colors you can choose from. I know it's a little silly, but I do like it. It's mostly lining where the cups go, and I think there were a couple lights in the back as well. But yeah, it's a little nice touches like that also make it a really fully customizable car. I guess all Ford cars come standard where you can move and adjust the seats, but this one also had like lumbar support that you can control from the dashboard or the central control area of the car. I didn't come across it myself, but Brian found it. You can actually get a massage while you are driving, or if you're the passenger on, you know, the passenger side. But I feel like maybe if I was the passenger, I would enjoy it more. It is interesting. I guess the future is now. The car is 7 seaters. The back ones can be collapsed into more trunk space, which is awesome. Basically, you press a button and it does it for you, which is nice, because I really don't like cars where you kind of have to fiddle and try to figure out, how do I fold this seat over or whatever. This one, just one button and it does the work for you. It's amazing. It's also quite spacious in the back. This particular Ford Explorer came with leather seats, so they were really nice, really comfortable. The front seats were dual climate controlled, which means that you could change the temperature around you. So if you're the driver, you can have it at like a cooler setting, whereas your passenger can have a warmer setting if they want, or vice versa. You can also heat the seats, or you can, I guess, apply air conditioning to the seats. With this Ford as well, there's parking assist, and I love parking assist, especially in a bigger car. I felt a little bit anxious trying to parallel park the car or even stall park the car because I'm just really not used to driving such a huge car. So the fact that there's sensors everywhere and even just with the touch of a button you can park, it just made me feel a lot safer and a lot less anxious about parking. It also has a moonroof. It's kind of split up into two, so I don't really know whether it's called the moonroof or not, but basically where the passenger and the driver are sitting, you can control like that half, and then if you're sitting in the back, I believe you can control the back half as well. Overall, I really enjoyed the car. It was a lot of fun to drive. At first it was a little bit nerve-wracking because it's such a huge car, but I really enjoy it. I thought it was a really smooth drive. Like I always say about Ford and Ford cars that I've been trying, I'm really surprised at the quality and also just like the small little things that go into it that make it a really good car. Like I never really thought of ever driving a Ford car, to be quite honest, before I was approached to try them out and take them out for a week. It was super surprising how well they were made and how they can really compete with other cars in the market. So that's basically it for my Ford Explorer review. Are there any other cars that you guys think that I should test next time? Apparently I get to try out any of the Ford fleet, so if there are any other ones you guys want me to talk about, I guess it's interesting because it's coming from someone who isn't a car nerd, so maybe it translates well to people who are also not car nerds. But yeah, if you want to see more reviews like this, let me know. If not, it's cool. I guess it'll help people who are looking for cars, who are not necessarily looking about all the like numbers behind the cars because I don't understand them. Like if you told me, oh, it has like 28,000 horsepower, I have no idea what that means in relation to whatever else. I'm hoping that you found my review helpful, so let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!